they're heading in this direction. What are we going to do? We'll be sent to the spice mines of Kessel or smashed into who knows what.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Contiengecy Plan Podcast. My name is Jedi Master David, and with me, as always, is Darth Austin.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, everyone, prepare yourselves for our All Galaxy's Edge podcast.
Because we're owned by Disney and Disney Incorporated.
We're not really owned by Disney. We don't really get Disney
Incorporated.
checks. But if we did, that'd be super cool. Would you sell out?
I get the checks. I just never give you yours.
Well, I always said that, when I was younger, if I were ever to, if I could sell it for $1 million just be in a boy band and sing, stupid boy band stuff, I would for a year, and then I'd be gone. You'd never see me again.
You'd spend a little bit of that money, get facial reconstruction.
Nah, I don't know about that. I just would never be seen again. Oh, so yes, guys, we have another fantastic podcast here for you today. Let's start off with a little Jedi Council. How's it going?
The same as last time because we're double recording.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys, I think we've stated this in the past, sometimes we like to try and get two in the bank every now and again, just so we can get ahead. Unfortunately, life does happen, and this is not our full-time job, although that would be sweet.
Please make that happen for us.
Yeah, that would be all up to you guys, not us. We are not Joe Rogan-esque. We name drop. Because we know him personally. We certainly just have a lot of fun doing the podcast, obviously. But again, we kind of tend to try and do stuff as we can. So, I'm pretty much about the same.
That's 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was a long week though. It was a pretty long week. Work was really, really busy, and I was still pretty groggy at the beginning of the week, from being sick the previous, and just really was not into it. I don't know about you, but this was like your first week of your actual new job, wasn't it?
Second week.
Second week. Yeah, time goes by too.
Yeah, last week wasn't a full week though. The first day was a paid holiday. The second day was a meeting. It's like a 3-day actual work week. So this is my first full week with them.
And you love it, and it's the greatest job you've ever had, right?
I need another beer.
That's work for you. So yeah, just another week, folks, and hopefully you guys are having a good week. I'll tell you what'll just make your week a lot better is going ahead and making sure you have subscribed to all the podcasting networks so you can listen to this episode and all of our past episodes over and over and over again on every platform.
Our revenue.
Well, we don't make anything off of this, but if we did, it would all roll back in. But I'll tell you what, of course, we are on. We're on all the networks. We host off Podbean. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We're on
the tubes of you.
Yeah, we're also on YouTube. We have a couple little videos sometimes we put up there, and we're going to put up more there, so make sure you check that out. You can also...
Like our crap.
Yeah. You can also take a look at Facebook. Send us a message. Let us know your Star Wars story, how you got started off in the franchise. We'll read it off on the podcast. Or just any comments or questions you might have, and we'll answer them while we're here talking on the microphone. You can also, if you want to do a little bit more long form, nicely edited, properly researched, you can send it to our email address, tcplanpodcast@gmail.com.
I like how you just all the polite stuff on the email.
Yeah.
All the crappy stuff on YouTube.
Well, hey, yeah, you leave your negative comments on YouTube, you leave your 5-star reviews on iTunes and Podbean and all that good stuff, and then we love you forever. Love you long time.
And you just talk to me on Messenger.
There you
lonely.
Go. You're just a lonely Sith. Yeah. The rule of two has not been...
looking for my second.
Yeah, he doesn't have an apprentice. Or you can always check out our...
Or maybe I'm the apprentice.
Who knows? Maybe. Blew the minds. You can also check us out on Patreon. We do post some dinner with our Patreon series there, which is just kind of fun little conversations. We get some food, which coincidentally, there's some new Wendy's hamburgers that that are out there.
Tell me about this. I didn't hear about it.
There's like
I pass it on the way home every day, but I didn't hear about it.
There's like three. There's like some mushroom thing with like onion strolls on it, and there's like this Schmosh'em Shosh burger, and then there's another one.
Shosh.
I don't know.
Just make that up.
No, it's like a Sauce'em sauce or awesome. It's like an awesome and sauce put together in some weird combination, but it's some sauce that they had. Whatever, I don't know. And then there was a third one that maybe it was like a bacon thing, but I want that mushroom one.
Mushroom and onion straw.
Something like that. I don't know.
That sounds kind of good. I thought you were going to say like mushroom Swiss. Like, that's boring.
No, it was a little different. But they had. So we'll have to do another dinner with the patrons sometime whenever you can come around. We'll record that.
Next week we'll get a couple of them and a Schmosh'em burger.
Schmosh'em.
But come try our Schmosh'em burger.
Yeah. But anyway,
Mosh.
Yeah. But those are available on Patreon if you want to support the podcast. You certainly can. And those videos are available to you just as a little extra content. And a thank you for the support. And again, anything and everything, excluding our massive Disney checks, just go back into helping better the podcast. We've been looking at a few upgrades. I know you were looking at swing arms. I was looking at maybe some different mics. But I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the setup we have. It's just always nice to continue to better your audio and everything. And
camping gear. And
that's a different story. But anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and pop over into HoloNet. I know you had a story and I had a little story. So how about you go first? What do you got?
Okay, so I got a new video game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's EA, so I'm not buying it. Okay, we're done.
Sounds like it's a pay-for-play content.
For a single-player game, too.
Yeah, so what new, because I was kind of reading that, too. What do you got in the article there?
It's going to be called Star Wars The Fallen Order.
Oh, you actually found a name?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. We did I think we talked about this one before, and it had a name. It just didn't have a release date. Which I couldn't find the release date. It said it on the article, but it's not actually showing it, unless it's hidden. Like the TIE Fighter picture was.
Yeah, true. So is there any info on it?
Yeah, basically it's going to be set in between episodes 3 and 4. You're going to be a Padawan.
Okay.
So this is after, Order 66, obviously. So you're going to be hunted constantly. It's great.
Fantastic.
They don't really give you a ton of information on it, honestly. I'm guessing it's going to be RPG style. Something like that sounds like a perfect setup for like a Skyrim type game.
Yeah,
honestly.
that'd be. You think it's going to be like missions, or
I don't know. It could end
survival?
up being like it could be like the Force Unleashed. Those games.
Okay, sure.
I would be all up in that.
You'd be all up in that.
I'd be all up in that game.
Okay.
Playing as Padawan. I don't know if this is rumor or just speculation, but it also says it's possible Obi-Wan Kenobi or Yoda or some less high-profile Jedi like Quinlan Voss will appear in a supporting role.
Nice.
Single-player mode comes first, so it is not going to be like Battlefront. Obviously, it's not going to be a lot of pay-to-play stuff for that.
No multiplayer? Just single-player?
Well, it says Respawn co-founder Vince Zambella tweeted about the upcoming game, describing it as a single-player story, while a multiplayer component seems likely, given both Respawn's strength in the area and EA's focus on online play. Sounds like the primary focus this time could be on a well-delivered single-player experience.
Okay, well, hey, honestly, that's cool.
I'd like that, honestly.
I mean, we don't need, like, all this multiplayer garbage that we normally get. I mean, it probably would be kind of nice to just have, like, a really solid, one-player kind of extended story. Battlefront 2 has a story. It has I
never
game,
played that one,
but nobody does because they play the online multiplayer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay, well, I'd be cool with that.
It is being handed off to Respawn to be made, which is Titanfall 1 and 2. So really, they
okay.
have potential to be pretty good multiplayer. I mean, it could be a good multiplayer game, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with some single-player action. But
Same.
the thing is, you know, these studios are known for their shooters. So it should be interesting to see what they do with that. I don't want a first-person game where you're, you know, any shooter elements if we're going to have a sword fighting game. I don't want that kind of game.
Sure.
They've tried it in the past and it'd be terrible. But, yeah.
VR.
I don't want VR either, honestly. Although I do kind of wonder how VR would do with a sword fighting type game. I've never played any VR games personally, so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much, if any, experience in the VR world either, so I don't know.
It'd be like Wii. I mean, it's not going to be much different than that.
Yeah, but on the Wii, I played like Wii bowling and
it'd have to be a lot more
baseball.
accurate, obviously.
Well, the VR systems that are out now are way more accurate. So no, but that sounds like a really interesting kind of game. You know, I do hope that they kind of keep it in sort of the older school thinking vein of being like an actual like solid one player experience where I don't have to like unlock a bunch of crap. You just have like a big multi-tiered story.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see something like a Skyrim or a GTA story, just well-developed.
Everybody wants another Skyrim. You know, eventually
we're getting another Skyrim.
Well, maybe in like 25 years, one on the PlayStation 18 or whatever. We'll see.
I was so disappointed the other day. I saw a advertisement for Elder Scrolls, but it ended up being
mobile.
Yeah, no, shut your mouth. No, it was another add-on for their MMO ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, where they're adding dragons finally.
Whoop-de-doo.
It's like I could have just gone back to Skyrim to do that.
I still play Skyrim every now and again. If
I get a Switch like I plan on, I'm getting Skyrim for it.
Well, dude,
and I'm playing again for the millionth time.
Yeah, I am also planning on a Switch because that's kind of where the games are at right now.
Got all my Pokemon and did you watch the Nintendo Direct? Because I
haven't watched Nintendo Direct lately. No.
Well, they announced another Zelda game, Link's Awakening, I believe.
Yeah,
it's a remake of it. Yeah,
I did hear something about that. I watched one of the Twitch channels do a playthrough of an upskilled version of Majora's Mask, which I don't know. I think people will either love or hate Majora's. That was one that had the timer. Mm-hmm. It was like a 3-day timer. You had to play the Song of Time to reverse time, and you had to like live the same. It was Groundhog's Day basically. But yeah, I don't know. God, some of the faces on people are so horrible. That I don't remember what system that was for.
That was for the Nintendo 64.
Was it 64?
Yeah.
Okay.
Came out around the same time as Super Mario.
Well, I know Ocarina was first, and everybody loves Ocarina of Time, and Ocarina of Time was a bad game. That was a good game, just a great game. But anyway, yeah. So that should be interesting. I'll reserve judgment. I know a lot of people had a lot of problems with Battlefront 2 in its early stages, and I
don't have an opinion of that game because I never played it.
Well, I enjoy it.
I did not like the first one.
No,
at all.
I did. I enjoy going in. Well, I don't really do much anymore, but I did enjoy when it came out, going online with friends and just squatting up and playing laser tag. You know, it was fun. It just it was a simple shooting game, but there's so many of those out now. I mean, hell, have you seen play on the Apex? Whatever it is, the new.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of Apex.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fun.
I actually thought it looked kind of cool, but
it is pretty fun, honestly.
Apex Legends, is that what it's called?
I think so.
Okay,
it's free. I don't know if it's free on PlayStation.
No,
but it's free on Xbox.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't really look too much anymore, but yeah, I kind of saw it as like. It looks. I'm just not really big into a lot of that anymore. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
So many.
It really is. It's funny. There was this thing on Facebook. It was a little animated picture of a knight getting ready to behead a thief, and then there's a princess behind him and a guy. The guy's PUBG. The princess is whoever made Fortnite. The guy being killed is Fortnite, and then the guy getting ready to kill him was Apex.
Well, I mean, did you ever play Fortnite?
Very little.
Okay.
I played a lot of PUBG, but I did not play Fortnite.
Never played
much.
Fortnite. I remember like looking at the gameplay and saying, this looks ridiculous. PUBG, I mean, PUBG's technically, I remember PUBG like their betas and alphas, and then there was like H1Z1, which in a lot of ways looked a hell of a lot like PUBG.
Yeah, I never played
Became.
H1.
But yeah, I mean, those sort of games have been around. They just haven't been as popularized as they are now. But Apex looks interesting. I could see myself playing that, but
that genre has blown up. I mean,
really has.
Call of
It's
Duty
crazy.
essentially made a game just for that. Halo's
True.
rumored the new Halo might have it. I don't want that really.
I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm like I said, and like I think you're
Tetris came out with one.
Tetris. What is
99.
it? 99. Listen, I like Tetris as much. I've seen
don't understand.
I've seen
how it
gameplay.
works.
It's competitive. It's competitive. You have a bunch of people, and you drop blocks on people. It's interesting. But yeah, I'm kind of. I think we're in the same mind that the Switch is kind of the next system that I think I want to buy, and like just some of the games.
You're not talking about Star Wars.
I don't care. Zelda.
Yeah, I really want Breath of the Wild.
Super Mario. There is going to be another Super Mario Maker coming out for Switch.
Yeah.
Which
I don't want to make them, but I will play everyone's.
Yeah,
worlds. They're ridiculous.
I think there was some talk about maybe it's like just maybe like an up-res or upscaled version of the Wii U. But I'm hoping it's new. They haven't confirmed or denied, but I'm hoping it's a new game. And then obviously,
No, that was on Direct. It isn't. It is coming out.
No, I know. I just don't know if it's going to be like a new game or if it's going to be like an upskill or an up-res of the old game.
It said that they would have new features.
Okay, that's cool.
So
That's cool.
it is called 2.
It
is Mario Maker 2.
Okay, I haven't been keeping up on the directs, but then the old the Mario Odyssey that came out. I played a little bit of that, and I want to get a copy. And
Mario, I can tell you,
Pokemon,
Mario Kart 8 is amazing.
Yeah,
it is so much fun.
Yeah, so there's just so much they've been dropping, just loads on
4
people.
new Pokemon games coming out for a while. 2 already out and 2 about to come out.
Well, the
so
2 that are
cool.
already out were basically the
remake of the
remasters
original, what we grew up with.
what we played, and I've seen gameplay. I'm like, it's kind of a cross between Pokemon Go and
which I play, so I'll enjoy that.
Pokemon, I say, yeah, okay.
At your house while we're recording.
So no, but it should be interesting. But anyway, back to Star Wars.
Star Wars. Oh my God, Star Wars.
Let's talk about the next article. Narwhal Wars. I'm not talking about
I'm
that.
done.
It was I ran across an article where literally it was like Star Wars new comic with narwhals, and it was like this hand drawn like literally some like little kid, like a 6-year-old did it, and I was like, I'm not reading this. But anyway, so here was something kind of interesting for Galaxy's Edge, the new little experience.
It has
Disneyland.
narwhals.
Yeah, right. So most of you guys should be kind of, if you're nerds, you kind of know about like Harry Potter World, right? And you can get interactive wands at Harry Potter World, and like you can do the sorting, or not the sorting, the wand choosing thing in Ollivanders, and they do like little things in the park. So this is not exactly. I don't know. This is probably not exactly what this is, but kind of neat though that they're talking about lightsabers you can buy at Galaxy's Edge, and kind of it seems like a little bit of a mix and match here, because like you can buy hilts, you can buy blades. They'll have kyber crystals. They'll have different light ups and sounds, which is neat. And we're looking at kind of a sort of base price of putting all this in one, $158.
Yeah,
you know, when I went to
pay for that.
You know, when I went to price out, I actually did price out one time, piece by piece. Okay, and I'm talking about like it was completely custom. I had Obi-Wan's end piece from the saber he had in the original trilogy. You know, that big ball, spiky ball thing, and then it was like this leather wrapped midsection, and then Qui-Gon's tip. Yeah. From his blade in Phantom Menace.
The thin one with the little collar at the end. Yeah.
Right. So I had this all constructed with a green blade, sound effects chip, the kyber crystal insert and everything. And I think I probably had like $300 in cart. Yeah. And that actually wasn't bad, because like you can get.
Very early on in this, I actually we were looking for news, and I saw one of those high-end ones for like $50, and you're like, no, it's a scam. Don't buy that.
Yeah, I remember you sending that to me because it looked super cool, and it was Luke's saber. And I started reading comments, and what they do is they send you a toy.
Yeah.
So it was pretty, it was one of those Chinese scams. But anyway, I didn't buy that saber coincidentally because it was just kind of tough at the time to really justify that. But eventually I probably will build one because it's super cool and it's nerdy like that. But these, I mean, we're talking about like metal hilts. We're talking about all this stuff. $158?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I would pay for it.
It's not cheap, but I mean, every kid's going to go in there and they're like, I want that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can only buy the hilt. You can just buy the hilt if you want for $109, and you can put a blade on
cool.
it.
Put it in a little box on a stand as a display. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I would do if I were running Disney parks? What I would do is I would make a VR experience where you paid for an entire like 6 or 8 hour session.
Yeah.
And in the VR game, you actually went on your mission, and you got your kyber crystal. And you would pick all the components, make it, and then, I don't know, you do something for about half hour, and then they give you that lightsaber, and then you go on a mission using the lightsaber. Yeah. And then you get to keep it at the end.
I'm down with that.
I would pay like $800 to do that.
For
just
sure.
For that
I'd
experience.
Be down. But, you know, furthering on in here, so it looks like they will have pre-built legacy lightsabers that are associated with existing characters that are going to be in one area, Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. Or you can go to the Galaxy's Savi's workshop. And this apparently is an experience where you'll be led by the Gatherers, who have dedicated their lives to the balance of force, according to backstory developed hand-built lightsaber shop. Savi will also sell pre-built lightsabers, in connection with other popular characters. But it looks like in this one, you can have like that premium experience where you can go in and like Harry Potter World, you choose your thing. In this one, it also seems like you can like put them together and stuff.
You know what? Honestly, if I went with the legacy, I'd probably go with Dooku's.
Dooku's saber
is
so
freaking cool.
Even
if I didn't buy the actual saber portion of it and I wanted to do a box,
he had the curved hilt, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what made him such an interesting duelist. No one could get used to that little angle of his blade.
It was definitely cool. It was very unique, and I mean, even Kylo's was really unique in comparison. I don't really like it.
I wouldn't get it, but I can appreciate it. If I were gonna get a gimmicky lightsaber, I would get Darth Maul's before I'd get Kylo's. That's a cool lightsaber too.
It really is. Yeah. I'll tell you, if I had to pick any legacy character saber, wow, it's
difficult.
Dang, that's a tough one.
And are you going original trilogy? Are you going prequel? Dude, what do you want? Man, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah, that's a really tough call.
I mean, Mace Windu's would be pretty cool to have. Ventress had a really cool one. Asajj Ventress. She had that little curved piece that came up past, and it would almost connect with the saber. That was kind of cool.
Dude, I don't know. I really don't.
She had 2 of those, didn't she? She was a dual wielder, I believe.
Maybe.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, shoot. I don't even know if I could. I would probably I would want to put my own together with pieces from people's sabers. Yeah. I mean, that's just how I am.
Well, we had that toy growing up.
Yeah, that's true.
There were so many different combinations you can make with that. And they was essentially just little sleeves that went over a base.
Yep.
And each one of them was a piece of a legacy, we'll just call it legacy, lightsaber.
Yep.
You could make Darth Maul's lightsaber with it, with components from Obi-Wan and
it's true.
And Dooku. I think they had the Dooku set too, not the curve, but everything else of it.
Now I kind of really just want to like go back and start.
Vader's a pretty cool lightsaber too.
Vader does have a cool lightsaber.
Having that little the cut-in angle cone.
Yeah, I mean, and even classic Luke, Anakin's old saber. I mean, that's so cool. Yep. Luke's saber from 6, that's cool.
Obi-Wan's was always one of my favorites, though.
I mean, I really do enjoy Obi's from like Phantom Menace. That was a cool saber.
The toys
Qui-Gon's
were always
was a
crap
cool
because
saber.
they made them so fat, but they were cool
Yeah.
sabers.
Well, I think sabers just in general are neat. I think I could just be about happy with anything. If you just threw me a metal hilt, I'd be like, oh, this is sweet. I don't even care what it is. It just looks like a giant dildo or something. I wouldn't care. But yeah.
I think we'll probably end up buying those, honestly. I see that happening. And don't be surprised if you see a review of them coming up on YouTube in the next couple months.
Well, I don't even know when they're going to specifically come out. But I'll tell you, I would love to go to Galaxy's Edge, but I think it's going to be a long time before I even think about doing that.
Well, it's going to be so busy.
Yeah,
for a long time.
and that's the issue. It's just going to be so darn busy, and it would be tough. Because I mean, I'm not anxious in a crowd, but I don't really like crowded places because it's uncomfortable.
It is. I want it to be just mine, like in that South Park episode where Cartman buys an amusement park.
I don't mind people, but again, it's just in those type of places, the experience.
You don't
for
like
me,
the sheeple that are just wandering around in
right?
your way.
Well, the experience for me gets lost because you just have so many people just trying to barge around, and then you get the pissed off middle-aged couple that's there for some reason with no kids, and I mean.
Just
I don't want to
complaining at all the employees about everything.
I don't want to ruin the experience for anyone, but enjoy the experience and stop trying to push me around, because I'm one of those people nowadays. You push me around, you're going to catch an elbow. Oh, sorry, I dropped you. Didn't mean to. My bad.
I wonder how good of a VR experience that TIE Fighter is going to be, because they really didn't talk about it. Obviously, they don't know anything about it yet, but I'd assume it's
neat.
a VR piloting experience.
I would assume it would be pretty cool, but again, that'd be something that. Are you ever going to get into it?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And how much
Should be
is
interesting.
it going to be to do that? I mean,
True.
you're probably looking at like $600 or something
Well,
with a meal and everything else at the park. I mean,
yeah, well, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to any sort of amusement park because I've just never found them amusing. But yeah, lightsabers, man. We just need to get custom lightsabers.
we do.
We need.
That needs to be our new logo.
Well, the last Wizard World that I went to in Columbus, one of the larger online saber retailers was there, so I got to play with things. Like they had a ton of different combinations and stuff. So I got to pick them up and bzz, 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 just run around. So, but I don't know, man. We just need custom sabers.
We do.
We do this darn show. It's been like 30-something episodes. We need custom sabers.
Yeah. We need to have our little video of us having our little
Assembling
journey
them.
to assemble.
Oh, goodness. Well,
Once they send them to you, can you disassemble them, or
I don't. The article wasn't very clear if these are in that mold. To be very frank, so I've had like FX sabers and a couple other like cheaper ones too. And they're cool, but again, I think that if I were to buy a saber now, being my age, I would probably being my age, old guy buying lightsabers online. I would probably try and buy pieces and parts and assemble it.
Yeah.
I would go online, just buy pieces and parts and assemble it.
and I guarantee there are a lot of resources for that.
Oh, there are.
Has to be.
There's quite a few sites. There's a couple of really decent sites that do that kind of stuff. And anyway, we'll
They
we'll
still
get into
have
that.
those build your own lightsaber kits at Walmart too. I walk by them every
really?
once in a while.
Goodness.
Yep, same one that we got, just newer components.
Yeah, but I need a real one.
Still got that same kid on the box who just looks like he's in awe while he's holding his lightsaber.
Yeah. The image recycled from like 20 years ago.
Force windstorm just blowing his hair up.
Oh, yeah.
Glowing.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's about it for news. You want to go ahead and jump into our chapter?
No, I didn't like this chapter. I'm good.
Yeah, chapter was okay. We're going to self-title this, Leia, Stop Playing with the Force.
I've gotten my own title, but I like it.
Stop playing with that thing. So, yes, we are in chapter 9.
Don't appropriate my force.
Yeah.
That's cultural appropriation, Mom.
So previously in Chapter 8, we did kind of figure out some of the crew of the Freelance still alive. Dark Lighter is out there, prowling around finding pirates.
Looking for lighter.
Yeah, looking for lighter. His yin or his yin to his yang.
That's right.
But anyway, we start off. Leia Organa Solo smiled.
Cautiously.
Cautiously. Danny Quee and Jaina. The two of them had arrived at the temporary office she'd been given by the Agamarian Council with enough time to spare so she could inspect their clothes.
Very important.
Fashion show. Do, 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 do. Leia circled. She circled a finger? Leia circled okay, she circled her finger for some reason, prompting a sigh from Janet. Well, okay. She did the circle motion, like turn around.
Yeah.
She told, so they could have wrote, Leia told them to turn around, but whatever. She circled her finger, prompting a sigh from Jaina. But both young women turned around to show off their attire. So you can already tell how Darth Austin, just loves this chapter. Got a little fashion show. Jaina wore a dark brown pilot's jumpsuit.
But you know what? She paired that with a lighter tan Jedi cloak.
Welcome to the Leia Organa Solo's Agamarian Council Temporary Office Fashion Show.
And we are Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Oh, God. We have Jaina wearing a
Queer
dark...
Eye for the Straight Jedi.
Oh, there you go. Jaina wore a dark brown pilot suit with a light tan Jedi cloak over it. She wore no gun or gun belt.
Because that would not match very well.
Exactly. But she did have her lightsaber dangling from her side. Her dark hair had been pulled back in a single braid
And
fashion.
After fall, so obviously it's a white lightsaber.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there.
Is it after Labor Day?
I don't know. Labor Day, yeah.
You know what? It's always after Labor Day when you think about it. But she had a silver ribbon in her hair. Danny, on the other hand, well, she's wearing a simple dress, functional and somberingly colored. The dark green of the vest she wore over top matched her eyes, while her dark brown of her dress
Weren't
contrasted
her
well with
eyes
her pale
blue?
skin and blonde hair. I don't know. They're not now. Which... She carried no weapons, and while she did not look helpless, she clearly was not worried by birth or training.
Jason truly thought she looked beautiful.
Well, only when she was a little beat up. Yeah. He found the beauty.
That's how Jason likes his women, just a little beat up.
Just a little rough. She likes them just a little rough. He likes anyway.
He acts. Yeah.
So after all of that, Leia glances over and says, I think that'll do. Quite presentable indeed. End of chapter.
Yep.
How'd you like it? Let's see. Well, we have Eligos here. You don't think this will work, will you? Eligos shrugged. I think your reading of these people, of their respect for tradition and family is accurate. We know they contributed much of the effort against the Imperials, and they suffered for it. Kayan Farlander, okay. Not Nearlander, but Farlander, was but one of their sons and daughters.
Brother of Zoolander.
There you go. That flew from here to wage war against the Empire. But some are capable of shouldering burdens for light years, the others just kilometers. Okay. So, basically, Leia's pretty much out here levying for help.
Yeah.
We kind of got that. And she's trying to prepare her daughter and Danny here to be presented.
Soon to be daughter-in-law.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later. But anyway, so she's trying to get some support from the Agamarians, I guess.
Yeah.
And they've helped him in the past against the Empire. But, obviously we're kind of done with that. Oh, let's see here. Are you ready? Sure, ready. Skippy.
Ready?
Yeah, and then we get into a little part with Jaina here. Leia asked her something the matter. Jaina, said, I've got better control than that. And she said, of the Force, yes, but not the expressions on your face. Let's see. Skipping. Skip. Jaina sighed. She's irritated. I'm not a diplomat. I'm a pilot and a Jedi Knight. I don't mind teaching Danny some things while we fly, but my talents are being wasted here. Jason. I see. Jaina, tell me what's really going on. Well, she kind of just told you. But anyway. Mother, you're good at this sort of thing, but if you'd completed your Jedi training, you'd be more effective. Now, stop here.
Ouch.
So we know that Leia has never, completed a Jedi's training. Now, we do know that she's took some tutelage from Luke, and that's great. We also know that she's an accomplished diplomat. So Jaina's basically...
And she can fly through space.
Well, that's sort of. Not right now. But anyway, so Jaina's basically the opinion that, you're good at this, but you could be better at it all because you haven't mastered the Force. Nothing like the arrogance of children.
You don't even wear your lightsaber.
Yeah, that's right. Mother. It's not even mom, mommy, mama.
Ma.
Yeah, so not mother.
You don't even wear the lightsaber I gave you. You don't love me.
So actually, that's an interesting point. I never really thought about it, really, but Leia's lightsaber.
Never really mentioned up until this point, ever.
In
any of the books I read.
Yeah. As many of the lore that we've picked up, have we ever really thought about Leia's having a lightsaber?
I've seen a few pictures throughout the web of her with a green lightsaber.
I'm gonna look up a picture. Well, this one's looking a little blue. Looking a little blue here. Actually, it's looking blue.
Well, the thing about fan fiction, they can make it any color they want.
See, look, blue. You guys want to take a look at these pictures? Oh, you can't. It's an audio cast. Oh, no.
I also see her with a red one there.
Well, there's one with the green. There's a picture with the green one. So, there's a picture with one that looks yellow.
So she's
There's sexy Leia.
Is that purple lightsaber?
Yeah. Showing a little midriff with a nice purple lightsaber.
She has used many different lightsabers throughout her years as a diplomat.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it kind of looks, in a few of these pictures, it kind of looks similar in design to Luke's saber from 6. But anyway, so Leia's lightsaber, but obviously she's not really a Jedi. She's Force sensitive. We all know that.
She technically is a Jedi Knight. Through training with Luke.
Let's just keep that.
I think that's in this book series.
Anyway. Well, the disappointment in Jaina's voice drilled through Leia. For years, she had wanted to work more at becoming a Jedi. She saw it as a way to get to know her brother, which, of course, they knew each other so well growing up.
So well that I'm not even going to mention it.
You mean the kiss?
The kiss.
They kissed each other.
They knew each other very well.
She saw her get to know her brother and help him with his dream of reversing the evil their father had done by destroying the Jedi.
But he kind of already did that by destroying everybody.
True enough. She practiced as much as she could, but other demands on her demands, born of her training as a politician and diplomat, always pulled her away.
To me, when I read that, I just imagined her be like, I really want to learn to play the guitar, but I got to go to work.
I can't meditate. This takes too much of my time. So she has a little inner monologue. I told myself I was doing my best by helping to create the government, then to run it. I let Luke train my children so they could reach their full potential, or so I thought. Did I also let them become Jedi to ease my guilt over having failed at realizing my potential with the Force? Well, Jaina cuts around here. I don't mean it to sound the way it did. I know you didn't make some choices. You didn't get to make some choices. The choices I made, Jenna, were choices made to help others. They came first. Your father, you, your brothers, your ungrateful little beep, the New Republic. I know that. I'm proud of you, Mom. Like, shut your mouth. For being who you are. I'm proud of you, but, if you could do a little better, it'd be great.
I'm proud of you, but I could be more proud of you if you would just do this.
It's just that you're not a Jedi, not really. And, it's just, weird when you play around with the Force.
Sometimes the dialogue's so cringy.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not really caring too much for old Michael A. Stackpole too much, but whatever.
We got one more book with him at least.
Is the second one written by him?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. And then another author for the 2 books after that.
It's fun. So anyway, she's proud of her, but not too proud. Stop playing with the Force. Well, Leia says, I see. Caught a flash of horror in her daughter's eyes. And that gratified her. So for some reason, the horror in her daughter's eyes somehow made her happy. Great writing.
Because, boundaries.
Yeah, at least she knows that they're boundaries. Whatever. I don't know. You may be right, Jenna, that I never completed a Jedi's training, but I don't play with the Force. I use it, perhaps not as well or fully as you do, but I use it to get done the things that I need to, which is true.
Yes.
I mean, she is able to use the Force in a way. Yeah, it's not really about using the Force, about letting the Force, lay in communion with you, forces, penetrates you and everything, but who cares? So they apologize and make up. Well, we'll discuss it more later, Jana, which means I'm going to beat you later. Right now...
With the Force.
With the Force.
I'm going to bend you over my knee with the Force, and I'm going to...
That just sounds
bust
dirty.
your butt.
Sounds dirty. Right now, I need you with me in the chamber being silent, but strong and silent. Projecting confidence.
Shut up and look like a badass.
Yeah, exactly. Projecting confidence and benign power. Being everything that Kip and the others aren't. Pretty much.
I did like that dialogue.
Yeah, it's good. So it's good and bad.
Yeah.
So then we talk about wood in the nice chamber. The wood had been used to finish the floor. Can you believe wood floors?
No, I can't.
Dude, wood floors.
I just figured it'd be...
Paneled on the walls?
I figured it'd be all holographic.
Dude, wood paneled walls?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. And the furnish in the room? Incredible craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's oceanic motifs.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I'm done reading about that, by the way. There's a podium. You notice there's a wood podium?
There's a podium? Is it made of wood?
No.
Like the floors?
Stone.
They're using stone. Okay.
Maybe. There's a tall, slender woman there, by the way.
What's she wearing?
I don't know. They didn't say.
Is she
She's
old?
standing there.
Is that the old lady?
Okay, whatever. So anyway, to move on, we're really stalling for time, aren't we?
And this is when the old man appears that jumped into that hole from the last book.
I'm back!
I'm back, you sons of...
Yeah. So Leia rests her hands on the podium. The Agamarian history of service to the New Republic is well known. I have no doubt that if not for the courage of Kian Farlander, I certainly would not be standing here before you. I know what I will present here. Okay, I'm going to tell you about some stuff. Here's Danny. Hi, I'm Danny. Please forgive me. I don't often address important people. I think that if I took this sort of thing, I would not become a scientist and face a crowd is okay. So she's a little nervous. People chuckle about it, though. She's endearing herself on the.
I don't
Are
care.
they a Senate or a council?
I think they're a council.
Council? We'll call them the council. Anyway. So Danny basically starts to tell him about a little bit of what she saw on the Excal station. And the Yuuzhan Vong, they're humanoid and capable of mimicking humans well enough that I never penetrated the disguise of Yamin Kar. She wasn't able to penetrate it. The Yuuzhan Vong agent who infiltrated our team on
Not
Belkin.
be a very good Force user then.
Well, she can only call out to Jason, make calls, so
she can
used
penetrate
to call
Jason.
me on my Force phone.
So she can penetrate Jason.
Let's not talk too much about penetration because you never know what's going to happen.
He binds you. That's what happens.
Bonds us all and penetrates us. I was taken prisoner by the Yuuzhan Vong. I watched him torture another captive, a Jedi Knight. They sought to break his spirit and mind. I know that if they had subjected me to the same tortures, I would have just fallen apart. Long pauses. Oh, Miko Regelia resisted and sacrificed his life so I could escape. She pressed her hands to her mouth for a second, then blinked and continued. Pause for a dramatic effect. Superstar.
You were supposed to be my love interest, not Jason.
Not long. The Yuuzhan Vong are cruel people whom employ biological devices that the way we use machines. The reports you have will fill you in on the details. Some of it may seem silly, like having starfighters grown out of coral. But the facts remain that these ships had capabilities that we've not faced before and no easy way to counter. Perhaps worst of all, we are unclear as to the Yuuzhanvong's motive for invading our galaxy. We don't know if they will listen to reason, negotiate, shout evidence, stop, not stop. Okay. Jaina came forward to direct Danny back to her place because she needs that. She's using her as like a bodyguard or something. As you already know, I am not here as a speaker for the New Republic government. This is Leia, by the way. In fact, I'm certain that you will all find waiting for you messages from the local Republic envoys reminding you of this fact. I have no official standing with the New Republic. I went to Coruscant to ask for the help for Debrillion and the Outer Rim worlds, and that they will bear the brunt of the onslaught. I was sent away, so I've come here with my daughter and my friends to alert you to the threat and ask your help dealing with it. So let's see. Let's skip. Skip.
What's left to skip? Good Lord.
Now he shifted her approach. Looks like there was a little resistance. Little resistance from the audience here. You know, they're kind of, again, it was in the beginning. They told some of them will bear your burden for light years. Some of them will only bear it for so long. So they're getting a little restless. So she shifted her approach. Regardless of your ability to contribute forces to any military effort, as a neighbor, I urge you to prepare for the Yuuzhanvong. So basically she's saying it's like, listen, I know you might not be able to give us a military presence, but at least prepare yourselves. Yeah. Take the threat seriously. That's all I'm asking, which is good tact.
Essentially, at the least, be ready for the refugees because they're coming.
Well, for sure. So Leia did wind up closing here. I know I'm asking a lot of you. I know you will do what you can, and even more than that. In the names of the countless people who share the rim with you, I thank you. And heading to the deeper rim. And okay. She took a step back, and let's see here. They started to applaud her. Give her a little clap.
Yeah.
Golf clap.
Yeah. Good talk.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, obviously they're a little receptive. You know, Leia's definitely feeling happy about that. The council speaker.
Ooh, I got a number out of the book.
Get out
just
of here.
fell out of the back of the book and called that number. And not even a full
Did you get another one?
Yeah, some girl named Diane.
No, seriously?
It's not a full phone number, though. There's no area code.
Oh, my God, that's so funny. So when caveat story, when we went to Half Price to buy your books, I remember it was in Vector Prime.
Yeah.
It also had a number in
Yeah.
it. So is that like a common thing?
Probably.
So when I take books there, should I put my number in there, like
should.
slide it in?
That tells you they don't check through these books at all. Like someone could have just drew a bunch of wieners all over the book and they wouldn't know. They'd sell it to you.
That is so funny. I bet it's some middle-aged woman who's really lonely. You should
Librarian. Maybe it's a librarian.
You should send him a text message. Hi, how's it going?
I want to talk on Messenger.
How are you doing?
I just texted you, but you want to talk on Messenger?
Oh, my God. Get out
I got no friends. No one from the podcast will talk to me.
Super horrible.
I have a podcast, by the way.
Oh, my goodness. So anyway, the speaker comes up here and says, you have made an honest presentation to us, and we will give it all due consideration. More consideration than Coruscant offered. I cannot tell you what the outcome of our debate will be. I do not know what we can offer you since there are those who do want to rebuild Agmar and Agamar. Okay. Oh, we were starting to sound a little bit like Lord of the Rings, the Witch King of Agmar. But anyway, and there's individuals doing okay. So basically, we'll think about it. We'll get back to you. We'll send you a DM.
We're not promising you anything, but you're probably gonna get it.
We'll hit you up in the DMs. It's good.
Slide on into them DMs.
Yeah. Well, and she also does add on here, your refugees will find safe passage through our system and assistance. More than that, I cannot say, but less than you think. I think, well, okay. So, pretty cool.
And we're done.
Your favorite chapter, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Favorite chapter so far. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting in a way to see, like, Leia using her political abilities, switching tact, trying to get planets on her side, and this is sort of, it's place setting. This is the plan. They have to individually contribute or try and get these systems to see their way of thinking, because Coruscant clearly didn't. The hub, the Senate, they weren't as receptive. So doing this grassroots kind of planet by planet, do door knocking, send some flyers out. Hey, have you heard the good word of, anyway?
Have you heard the good word of the Yuuzhan Vong are coming?
Yeah. So it's interesting to see that, but again, I think we're kind of chomping for some action. I don't know about you.
Well, we're going to get some in the next chapter because I just skipped ahead. Cornhorn.
Yeah,
It's a chapter for Cornhorn.
I want to see lightsaber on snake staff battles in open fields. Sounds good to me.
I want to see lightsaber on snake staff battles as the Yuuzhan Vong try to climb the ladders.
Goodness.
To the top. Yes, I want to watch Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
I think
on my mind. Time for a 2-day marathon, because that's about what it takes to watch all the Lord of the Rings.
I've been marathoning James Bond movies because they're
Good God.
they've all been on either Hulu or Netflix.
I just got Plex, so I need to put all of my James Bond movies on Plex.
Dun, 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 dun. That's
I
not
have,
Star Wars.
I have 3 collections, 3 of the
Yeah.
actors' collections.
It's good stuff.
Haven't
So
watched them in a while.
yeah. So anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed the chapter here. I know these are, again, they're a little short. We try and get as much out as we can, but it's kind of like squeezing a lemon that's already been
The
squeezed a couple
substance
times.
just is not there on this
Yeah.
chapter. Sorry.
But I'll tell you what, again, like we already mentioned earlier in the podcast, I think, right? Hit us up on our social media.
Yep.
Let us know what you think. Obviously,
Slide into them DMs.
That sounds a little dirty for what we're asking them to do. But yeah, let us know what you thought, and let us know about stuff we missed, or hey, maybe you know the lore of Leia's lightsaber, because I swear to God, it's escaping me.
What color is it?
Well, it's multi. It's rainbow.
Did she come before Luke? Who's the older one?
Get out of here.
Still haven't heard about that.
Maybe. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for stopping by for another episode. We greatly appreciate it. You have a great rest of your week.
And as always, may the Force be with you.